Everyone seeks compensation, repeats the action to be rewarded, and exchanges what one has with others through relationships. There's a person who created a sociological theory by linking these everyday behaviors that we understand for granted. George Homans, the founder of the exchange theory. As exchanges between individuals are repeated and expanded, we create the social system, which influences each other to create the larger society today, said Homans, who founded sociology based on exchanges. But how does the exchange suddenly become the society? Step 1. Here's the beginning. At one point in history, some people have the capital to provide as a reward to others. Capital can be money, food, leadership, or anything. For example, in primitive societies, the food left over from hunting and sharing was probably capital. People who own the food have the special authority to provide this as a reward to someone. So, how can a person who doesn't have food survive? He'll bring you anything that you can trade for food and try to get food as a compensation. You might have to take part in hunting, do what he needs you to do, or bring valuable goods such as clothes. If both of them believe that this exchange is beneficial to them, then the exchange is made between individuals. Step 2. People with capital, compensation capacity, are getting richer as they get everything through exchanges. Now that they know how good the capital is, they begin to think about how to grow it faster and bigger. And then they come up with a brilliant idea. It's what's called the complex ownership relationship that involves multiple people. What does this complex ownership mean? It's easy to understand when you think of a company as the most representative example. People who used to have money created a literally complicated ownership relationship called a company. Instead of giving certain rewards to workers who work for the company, profits from management create a structure that they take. No matter how much the company has made this year, its employees receive a set salary and shareholders receive dividends. Step 3. Appearance of the norm system. When complex social relationships like corporate organizations continue to emerge, and these relationships are taken for granted as customarily, the corresponding compensation system and norms begin to take root. In terms of companies, there is a compensation system that says how much basic salary and performance-based bonuses are given depending on the position, and there are rules that define working hours, breaks, and clothing at work. The compensation system and norms inform the members of the organization's direction and provide guidance on behavior. And this helps the organization stay efficient without deviation or confusion. Step 4. Formation of social systems. This form of exchange between the compensation system and the norms does not always remain the same. One exchange network continues to expand with another, continuing to connect with each other. In this way, the relationship between individuals which initially exchanged food gradually expands into the organization and society. Individuals created an organization called a corporation to exchange more, and it connects exchange relationships with other companies. When companies are connected, one economic system would be established. And as a norm to maintain this, the state system would become necessary to protect private property. In this way, Homans tried to explain the whole society by continuing to extend the logic governing the exchange between individuals to organizations and institutions. Step 5. Establishment of a new system. As Homans explained, the network of exchange relationships connects individuals to the society. However, we all know that this society is not eternal, but it's constantly changing. Can the exchange theory even explain the huge framework of social change? Homans argues that all social relationships can be described as exchange relationships. And at this time, the individuals always voluntarily participate in the exchange relationship for their own benefit, not for anyone else. If the relationship they're now involved in doesn't offer basic rewards, or if either party has unfairly profited, they would give up the relationship and find a new one. And then the old system, which had been the norm before, will be broken down and a new one would be established. In other words, the society begins to change itself. For example, workers would leave the company if they felt they were being exploited too much, and people will leave for another country if they feel that the state is only taxed and not doing its part. Each of these individual choices brings together to influence the entire organizations, and as it expands, the whole society will adjust itself and take on a different form than before. It is the society that the network of relationships continues to be adjusted in this way, and therefore the importance of individual will is the core of an exchange theory that sets itself apart from other sociological theories. Exchange theory was considered special in that it has gradually expanded from the individual's behavior of exchange to create one sociological theory. This allowed George Homans, the founder of the exchange theory, to serve as the president of the American Sociology Academy and become the professor of sociology major at Harvard University without a doctorate in sociology. That's all for our video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe. Thank you.